Please don't hate me, Dave Rodgers. Gonna get you like a space boy. Well, welcome back today, guys. So today we are talking about none other than Dave Rodgers. And as you can tell by the title of this video, Dave Rodgers' new Eurobeat material. New Eurobeat material? New Eurobeat material! Some of it is technically new, some of it is previously unreleased. So depending on how you define new, I guess we're solid on that definition. I decided to make this video quite some time ago, but then random new tracks kept being released. So I kind of kept pushing it back and back and back. Maybe he's gonna get us like a Space Boy, maybe it's gonna be like Deja Vu, and we've just been in this place before. These are terrible jokes. You're welcome, Internet. But before we hop into the video today, if you're new here, my name is Mandy, and this is my YouTube channel, MandieNRG, because I have so much energy. It's not translating well through the camera. Probably right now. Watch other videos. Stick around long enough. It exists. If you like Eurobeat, you like Italo Disco, you love this crazy dance music, the subscribe button's down here in the corner somewhere. If you want to help me in the analytics, there's a thumbs up button you could click. And what else is there? By the time this video is over, write a comment down below and tell me what you think of these new Dave Rodgers tracks that have been released recently. So I'm just gonna go through my list. I don't have any specific order. So these are songs that have been released, and I'd say about the last year that I'm going to be covering. Some of these songs have been made prior. We'll touch on that as the video goes on, but we're gonna jump right into it, right, guys?
Are you ready?
First song we're gonna talk about is Space Boy 2018. I don't know about Space Boy 2018, guys. It doesn't touch the original. There's something magical about the original Space Boy made in the late 90s that hits Eurobeat in every perfect way possible for the time period. You know, every night you light me with your gasoline. It's beautiful. I don't know what that means, but it's beautiful. This remake, it lacks the enthusiasm, the excitement, the energy of the original. I don't have really anything too enlightening to say about Space Boy 2018 other than saying it exists, it's fine. It's certainly not offensive by any means that it exists in Eurobeat, but it is not the best track out there for sure. And especially in this list of new songs covering 2018 and 2019, this doesn't touch on some of the best works that have been done. I have to give Space Boy 2018 a 3 out of 5. It's incredibly standard fare. Not terrible, not fantastic. Literally right at that middle crossroad line. Now, because we're on remakes, let's talk about Deja Vu, the 104 mix. So years ago, when I first heard Initial D music, Deja Vu was that one song that really drew me in, especially the New Generation remix, which had such a climactic build-up to the actual song by the time that you went full throttle into the chorus with full power. It was just, it's a treat for the ears. Let's put it that way, it's a treat for the ears. I remember that Dave Rodgers was hyping up this 104 remix, or the 104 mix, and I was excited to hear it at the time. Now, months later after it came out, I don't touch it. I'm not trying to sound hypercritical, because the original Deja Vu, the Deja Vu New Generation remix that came out years and years, 20 years ago I think it is, they are just, they're perfection. You can't, what is that saying? You don't need to reinvent the wheel? Feels like touching Deja Vu to remake it, to remix it, to make it more sexy to a new generation, to make it more modern Eurobeat. It didn't work. At least in my opinion, to my little ears, it did not work. The 104 mix, again, is not bad, but it is certainly not something that I'm drawn to. I will stick with my old school Deja Vu from 1998, 1999 stuff. I am not going to be touching 104 mix. It's just, again, I know it exists. That's fine. I'm all for business. This is not the way to go about doing it. I like how you tried to capitalize on the 104 concept, the meme aspect of it. I'm totally all for it. Love Deja Vu, love your vocals, you're a talented guy, This isn't it. Yeah, it gets a 3 out of 5. It's, again, kind of at the crossroads. It doesn't carry the same power the original Deja Vu held. Held? Have we just been in this place before? Bad jokes. If Dave Rodgers was to focus on making new songs, entirely new productions, which he has been doing recently with Davide Di Marcantonio. Words! If Dave Rodgers was to focus on making new productions, which he has been recently with Davide Di Marcantonio or Dima Music, I think they'll be great. Two talented, well-seasoned gentlemen in the Eurobeat business. Double D, actually. I feel like Dave and Dima could do wonders together, and I'm happy they're working together, and I look forward to even more and more of their productions together. But these rehashes of old songs, no. Now, as I say that, let's start running in the 90s. So recently, Dave Rodgers, through Dima, released 2 remakes of Running in the 90s. Okay, there are 2 versions of the song. There's the 90s mix, and then the 2019 mix. So, in theory, it's supposed to be 2 different mixes. I'm not sure if when I purchased these from Dave's website, there was an issue, or what transpired, but I swear, these songs are almost identical, but nothing that really separates the tracks. And I'm not sure if when I downloaded these from my purchase, that maybe something happened. I've tried to check. It looks like I downloaded and everything did it properly. These songs sound the exact same other than little nuances being changed. Am I losing my mind? I honestly can't tell if I am sane or if I'm losing my mind, because it's been bothering me. I got frustrated. I'm still frustrated because I don't know if I'm a moron, if there was a technology issue, or if just there wasn't much changed, and yeah. What do I have to say about Running in the 90s? The Dave Rodgers remix with Dima also working on production. I have to tell you, at first listen, I wasn't crazy about it. I guess I've been too attached to the original Running in the 90s under Max Covery for years and years, and I'm madly in love with that song. It is fantastic. It is a song of its era. It is well made. It is well produced. It is well sung. And like I said, it's a song of its era. It was made in the 90s. It encompasses the 90s. That's why people love it so much, is it's a bit silly and cheesy, but it is the 90s, and it is an ideal, quintessential 90s Eurobeat song. That is why it is so loved and embraced in general online. Now, my thoughts on the new version by Dave Rodgers. At first listen, wasn't crazy about it. It was okay. I didn't have anything notably against it. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Now, what I do when I listen to songs is I listen to them multiple times over a period of time. So I might listen to a song 3 times in one day the first day, the next day listen to it another 3 times. Your brain will either gravitate toward it or against it. After a few days, I did like it. It doesn't touch on the nostalgia of the original song, which it can't. It doesn't have that card to play. Cards Against Humanity, this isn't gonna win. However, it does sound great for a Dave Rodgers reimagined sounding, Dima reimagined sounding of the song. I think they put together a great mix. Now, I say mix because, again, I still can't hear much in regards to a difference. So if I'm wrong, please comment down below and tell me what your experience has been with these 2 versions, the 2019 and the 90s, or the 90s and the 2019, I forget which side my hands were on. I kind of feel a little bit bamboozled about it. I like it. I really do. I think it was well done. I think it's a great homage to the original. The problem is, you can't take that same nostalgia from it, because you can't make a song called Running in the 90s that was made in the 90s and make it modern and have it sound more like modern Eurobeat and still have that air. Do you follow? There's a lot of hand motions here. I feel like I'm presenting this well. Anyway, I like Running in the 90s. If I was to actually remove the nostalgia, remove the original version from this, I would give it a 5 out of 5. For the record, I would. As an individual standalone track, again, because I can only really hear one total version. As a standalone song by Dave Rodgers and Dima, I would give it a 5 out of 5. As a remake, as a reimagining, I feel like it could have really drawn on more different 90s Eurobeat aspects. So in that regard, with the nostalgia element, I'd give it a 4 out of 5. It's definitely above average, and it is it's a great song. No shade. It's a great song. Oh, are you ready to eat your words from earlier, Mandy? Next, we have Don't Stop the Music by Dave Rodgers and Dima. Oh guys, both versions, but this song will make me eat my words about remaking old Eurobeat songs. Don't Stop the Music, originally done under the Lou Grant alias by Davide Di Marcantonio, being remade by Dave Rodgers and Dima. You guys, this is great. With the remake, I do prefer the Dave Rodgers version because of the edginess of the new production. I think his vocals work better with the music than Dima's do. However, with the original, I don't think it would have worked properly with Dave's vocals. Both versions I like. I do gravitate more toward the Dave Rodgers. Just for the record, no shade, no hate, just honest opinion. This new version is definitely more rocky sounding, more involved than the original, but does it compare to the original is the question. Don't Stop the Music almost seems to me, as with Running in the 90s, to be a sacrilege song like you just don't touch. It's just, you shouldn't touch it. I think that here Dave and Dima did an excellent job. I think both their versions deserve a 5 out of 5. It is much louder and edgier, faster and modern, but it works, and it works on multiple levels. If you're going to purchase a Dave Rodgers song, I would have to say you need to buy his version of Don't Stop the Music. It is really well done. Now that we've got remakes out of the way, let's get to the actual newly released content, or new creation content, new quality content from Eurobeat, from Dave, from Dima. Let's do it.
Are you ready?
I'm gonna start with a song I already made a video solely pretty much about, so I'll have that linked. I believe it's gonna be up here in the cards for you to check out when you're done with this video. The song I'm talking about is I'm on Fire by Aleph. This was by 20 Dias Oro Records, and this was done back in spring of 2018. I just recently bought this vinyl from Dave's website because I'd wanted it for a while, but it was sold out when I initially tried to get it, and I didn't want to buy it from Discogs. So anyway, now it's on his website, I bought it. I also bought the instrumental MP3 of it because I love it so flippin' much. Love, love, love I'm on Fire. So I guess you already know my opinion on it. You guys, I'm just gonna link the video up in the cards from when I covered this song before. It is a 5 out of 5. It's easily above that, but 5 out of 5. Great song, listen to it. If you like Italo disco, you're gonna love it. Next, we have Somebody to Love by Double D. I wonder who Double D is. Double D is Dave Rodgers and Davide Di Marcantonio, or Dima, and they be working together. Double the D. Now, from an Italo disco angle, I really, really, really like this song. It doesn't quite sound like strict Italo disco music. It sounds as though there's other more modern elements also at play, or I shouldn't even say modern. I'd say late 90s sounding modern elements, maybe current trance sounding elements. There's an art style or a music style, however one style you call it, called vaporwave or vapewave. And I get a lot of kind of aesthetic feeling of that sort of artistic genre from Somebody to Love. Maybe Italo disco mixed with a little bit of vaporwave. That sound good? Part of that also stems from, it maybe has an air of city pop from the 80s, from 80s Japanese pop. I don't think that's the case in this situation. I think this is just my ear for music I'm familiar with drawing conclusions, but it does have an air of Japanese pop, city pop. Regardless of how you want to look at it, I really like this production. I think Dave Rodgers and Davide Di Marcantonio play really well off of each other vocally in this song. The transition from singer to singer, the transition of the lines, it feels so smooth. You can hear the differences in their voices, and yes, I'm just kind of like smoothly moving. But I really like this song. Why haven't they done work before that I can recall? I'm trying to think. What, have they ever done a duet in the past? I don't think so. And if I'm wrong, write it down below in the comments. Tell me. I'm totally susceptible to being incorrect on this point. Yes! If you have not heard this song, this is something well worth listening to. It's softer, it's smoother. Despite that, this is actually a song that I can listen to at the gym while I'm working out. And though it's not technically Eurobeat, like pumped up Eurobeat, it has such a good feel to it that I can go on a treadmill and jog to it. And I'm not jogging fast, it's just kind of, it's a pretty standard jog, but I can move to it. I can't say that about all Eurobeat songs. I struggle at if I should give this song a 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5, and I have to say I think it deserves a 4 out of 5. It makes me super excited for more of Dave and Dima working together. Here's to more of that. We're gonna go on to the next song. Let's talk about Kingdom Come, which was technically sent to Avex in 2017. From my understanding, it was rejected by Avex, and so obviously Dave Rodgers held on to it and he's releasing it. He released it about a month ago, I think it is now. I had such high hopes when I saw the title Kingdom Come. For some reason, that title really called to me. Dave tends to have a lot of rock elements to his Eurobeat productions, so I was really excited when I saw this. I mean, my mind was blown, I was pumped, I was excited. Then I heard the song, and honestly, I wasn't swept off my feet. Not going to go fan flailing about this song. Is it good? It's good. But does it keep my attention? Do I choose to listen to it? Does it really draw me in? No. Not at all. Like I said before, when I listen to songs, I try to listen to them over a period of time to try to draw honest conclusions, to not just have immediate knee-jerk responses to them. And the problem with Kingdom Come is I've put it through just about every test I can, including jogging on a treadmill to it. And I had to control myself from grabbing my phone and turning on a different song. This did not pump me up. This is Eurobeat. This is supposed to make me want to run, want to just like lose all oxygen that could possibly be in my lungs. It's a good song. I like his vocals in it. I think it's well produced, but the chorus lacks a punch. The introduction to the song is great. It is well done. But the chorus, it doesn't feel powerful enough, especially for Dave Rodgers, who does these really elaborate, crazy, iconic songs. It pales in comparison to other work. It's not bad, but it's not fantastic either. Very status quo. Oh, and the bridge and the transition, well done. It's the chorus. It just lacks a punch. I want to give it a 4 out of 5, but I don't feel it's a 4 out of 5. I'd almost say it's a 3 out of 5, but it's kind of weak. I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 because I don't think it's a 3. It's a little bit above average, but it's also not 4. Please don't hate me, Dave. And the last song I'm talking about today is the most recently released song by him, Space Rocket. He has Space Boy, he has Space Invader, he has Space Rocket. I liked Space Rocket from the first point I heard it. Let's put it that way. I really like this song, actually. I've been putting it on a lot in my car when I'm driving, and I've been listening to it a lot at the gym. It is a 5 out of 5 in my book. Is it better than other Dave Rodgers productions that have been done previously? As far as newly released songs go, I think Space Rocket is a totally solid track. To my understanding, it was made in 2018, early 2018. I think this is a good song. It's a solid song. It gets a 5 out of 5 from me. I will continue listening to it. You know, I want more of this, but I want more Dave and Dima crossover sound. Yes! Now, I think it was the day before I'm recording this, Spitfire was announced, which has not yet been released. But even more so, I'm psyched to hear more productions by Dave and Dima. I feel like this is going to be a very lucrative business partnership between the two of them, and I feel like this is gonna go really well, and we're gonna get a lot of good new Eurobeat, a lot of solid new Eurobeat songs. I ain't complaining. Did you notice this hasn't been on? I feel I've summed up everything here today, my thoughts on new Dave Rodgers tracks. I kept pushing this video back because more songs kept being released, and as I decided to do an outline and finally finalize this video, he's still releasing new stuff. What are your guys' thoughts on the new Dave Rodgers tracks that have been released in the last year approximately? Write your comments down below. Tell me the songs that you personally disagree with or that you agree with. Dave, if you're watching this, PSA, we adore you. This is an opinion on music matter, and I think that him and Dima, like I said, are gonna do fantastic. Now, I did order a couple of things from Dave Rodgers' online merchant site, and the stuff hasn't come yet, or else I'd probably have it up in the background and I'd be wearing a Dave Rodgers shirt. Oh, by the way, my shirt says Space Dandy, and I chose Space Dandy because he has 3 songs with space in the title. So I thought this would be the best homage to Dave, even though it's just like a stupid anime shirt. Keep it classy, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Let's go with that.